Hey, Gem Finder friends, I really appreciate you tuning into this video. This is a little bit different than what I normally do. It's not an update about a particular gem. It's not a new gem, but this is going to be a quick analysis of what I really think is going on with the market. And I'll tell you what, this is a very, very interesting day. Okay. What has happened, in my opinion, in just the last 24 hours, guys, I think is very significant when it comes to looking at these charts and deciding what you think they will do. And I go by the charts more than I go by anything else, whether it's the news, whether it's information that's going on out there, the sentiment. I don't care what the media is saying, whatever, it doesn't matter. Okay. What matters most is what the chart tells you, because the chart is made up of people. Okay. This is people and emotions. That's what charts are. And I'm going to help you understand why I think what's going on right now with Bitcoin is the most significant thing we've seen since the bull run started back in like November, December of last year. Okay. What do I mean? Well, take a look at this particular chart. And what I always like to go by most is the daily chart. Okay. So as you know, we had a huge bull run that went all the way from, I would say, pretty much mid-December, and it pretty much kind of started to tick up mid-November. I kind of noticed it then, and that's kind of what got me back into really looking at crypto and considering the investments and everything. But we saw all these movements, of course, which is always the case in the midst of a bull run. You see these big moves up and then corrections, pullbacks, big moves up, corrections, pullbacks, because everyone that's trading Bitcoin during this entire bull run has been mostly leveraging long positions. Okay. And then they take their profits and they look for another entry, and then they go up and then they take their profits, they look for another entry. This is just the collective movement of the market, right? That's how I look at a chart. But also, I want you to notice from the time that we really, really dropped down, and I think one of the biggest times was all the way back in I think, May here. And I remember a time, and I don't know if this was the exact time, if I have this exactly right, but I believe there was a time when Elon said that Bitcoin was no longer considered a good investment because, or he didn't want to accept it anymore for Tesla cars because it wasn't environmentally friendly. And then later you had Trump come in here somewhere saying that he didn't like Bitcoin and blah blah blah. Okay, that's the news, and that's what the news does. The news can change the overall trend, and you can see the trend was broken right around this area, maybe even up here. Back into here. Now we're looking for where people that are trading, they're leveraging short. Okay, so we went here, and when we went from here to here, there was a lot of people looking to leverage short and a lot of panic and response and fear going on. So I think what's been going on is you have a lot of people building up. This is a buildup of people that just keep leveraging shorts. They keep going short, 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 short. And I'll explain what happened here in this move. I'm going to enlarge that a little bit so you can see it better. I'll explain what happened here. It's kind of interesting, at least my perspective of it. And I'm not the foremost expert on charts and all that stuff. There's probably people that'll comment in this video that are smarter than me, but I'm just going to give you my perspective, okay? So, looking at this move, I'm going to explain what happened, but I want to also help you understand why it's so significant now more than ever, okay, guys? What we did is all the way back from mid-May, we started a channel. And this is what you call consolidation. This is where the market is going up and down in a particular channel, and it won't break out of that channel. Like, it won't do it. It won't go lower than 30 grand. There it is at its lowest time. And this is a wick candle. By the way, I don't judge the market by wicks. Why? Because wicks are fast. They just boom, they're down, back up. You don't know how long it was there. It could have been there for 2 seconds. And I don't make judgments based on what happened in 2 seconds. Okay, that's why you can't go by the wicks. I always go by the close of the candles. So when you look at the close of these candles, they never really got lower than 31,500. So we could just roughly say that that it stayed above 30,000, right? But it also never really got above 40,000. The highest was around 40,500 from where that candle closed at the top, right? If I got to enlarge that a little bit to help you guys, I will. So this is what I call consolidation. Consolidation is where the market is determining its value. It is building and determining and creating value. What is Bitcoin worth? Well, it wasn't worth any more than 40,000 or so, and it wasn't worth any less than 30,000 or so. That's kind of what we found out here during this time. Well, what it tells me is that there's a big loyal group of people that just love Bitcoin so much that they just won't let it go much below 30,000. At its lowest time was right down here most recently. Its most recent low was just over 29,700 right there. Okay. So the market said there's enough people that love Bitcoin that they just won't dump it, whether it's you want to include the institutionals. I mean, there are thousands of people every day buying small amounts of Bitcoin, guys, and they don't plan on selling. They look at it as a long-term investment. So that group of people has grown to where the lowest it wants to go is right around 30,000. Now, what could change that? Well, you could have an event. You could have a huge event where, oh, we're going to war, or there's another COVID lockdown. We saw what happened back in March of 2020. That was nuts, right? I mean, Bitcoin went down to like, what, 2,500 or something? It was crazy. But it was just a big, fast, huge reaction, right? That could happen any time, and nobody can predict that. And I mean nobody. They might say they can. There's people out there that think they can. You can't predict those big, huge news events. Nobody can predict the future. Nobody knows. God only knows, right? But what happened here is so significant because what I recall, and I hope you guys can remember this, think about it. We got down to its lowest point, and I'll be honest with you, and I know there's a lot of influence out there that I've listened to that agree with this, that the overall sentiment was beginning to become bullish. I could feel it. I mean, I was talking about it on my videos, guys. You can go back to my videos, and some of those gems I was rolling out, I was telling you, I was starting to get that feeling that we just weren't going to stay here for very much longer. You can only stay in this area of consolidation for so long, and then it's either the bears are going to win and everybody's going to dump Bitcoin because they hate Bitcoin, which I don't think is possible. I think there's such a support and an overall adoption. Mass adoption is happening more and more as we go. It's bigger than it's ever been, and I believe that Bitcoin has reached a value of where it's really not going to go much below 30,000 unless, like I said, some major news event, right? But what happened in this area? We got some fake news. Now, we all know and we've all heard about manipulation, okay? And I believe that's probably what happened, but I can't prove it. But I know for a fact, and most influencers out there will tell you, that manipulation is a big, big part of this market. Why? Because, even though Bitcoin has become a lot larger from where it was in 2017 and 18 and where it was, just in 2020, it's still a pretty small market. Okay, there's very few people that are investing in Bitcoin. If you go to your neighbor, you go talk to the people that you know, 9 out of 10 of them are going to tell you they've never bought a Bitcoin in their life. They've never had anything to do with crypto in their life. So it's still a small market, and it's still very easy because of that, to manipulate, right? But what happened? We heard this rumor that Amazon may be in the process of accepting crypto, of course, namely Bitcoin. So what happened was it shot up. Word got out, it shot up some more. But you know what was really interesting? And what I think goes along with the fact that I think we were headed for a Bitcoin bull run anyway, is that when the news came out that it was fake news, and I think it was either here or here, I can't remember which, it kind of dropped a little bit because people were disappointed, but look at how much it continued to go up. Why? The reason why that happened is because of that fake news. It actually liquidated a lot of short leverage trades and caused the market to just turn from, like I was telling you guys earlier, leverage trading, okay, meaning that people are actually going in and they're using $1,000 to trade an entire Bitcoin, right? They're doing, whether it be 100 to 1 leverage, 10 to 1 leverage, 5 to 1 leverage. There's a lot of leverage going out there, and the institutions love to leverage trade. So what was happening is something they call a short squeeze, where more people were starting to get long and look for ways to go long, look for even ways to leverage long, and it knocked out and liquidated those short leverage trades. And that's why you see this big move here, because now people are afraid to short. So you went from being afraid to purchase, which was here, this big old move, everybody was afraid to leverage long. And then you started to see people going, you know what, this thing can only go low for so long. You probably had some leverage traders coming in, but then you had a lot of leverage long trades probably piling in whenever they heard the rumor about Amazon potentially accepting crypto, right? Even though it was fake news, the leverage shorts were too scared to leverage short, and they just kept going up. And now you see another, what I think is the beginning of a second bull run in Bitcoin. I really think that's going to happen. Why? I'm going to enlarge the most significant candle I think that's on this chart right here, this green candle right here. Why? Because in the last 24 hours, we saw yesterday's candle, this daily candle, close above 42,000, guys. Why is that so significant? Because when you go back and you look at this big, long, many days here, this is probably what, about 3 or 4 weeks here, where it was channeling, channel, wouldn't get much above 40, wouldn't get much below 30, and it just stayed in this channel. But then we started to get up into this area, and that includes, by the way, I think I was looking at it wrong. It's not this area, it's actually this area. So this is the channel, 40 to 30, right? Never would really get below that 30 range. Never would get really much above that 40 range. But look at what we did yesterday. We closed a candle at 42,000. What does that tell you? That tells you there's a firm conviction and a commitment for this market to continue going up, in my opinion. Now, how high it will go, I don't know. It could probably go to 50 and then maybe start channeling there until it wants to break out of that channel and go to 60. And then it wants to break out of that channel and go even higher. We don't know what's going to happen, guys. But I can tell you in the short term right now, this is a pretty good place, in my opinion, to start looking at the altcoins. Because what happens is, we all know that Bitcoin rules the market. Bitcoin makes the decisions for the whole market, okay? And with Bitcoin looking good, we're probably going to see support somewhere around 40,000. Now, of course, the Wix, which I don't pay attention to, will probably dip down to even 38,000. Who cares? It's just going to be a test, and it's going to be, in my opinion, where a lot of people that know trading and then read these charts, they're going to be leveraging long. Leverage trades rule the markets, guys. The big traders, they don't want to just trade 50 grand and make 20. They want to trade 50 grand and make 100 grand, 30, maybe a couple hundred grand. They're in it for the big money, guys. And that's what rules the market. That's what makes it move. And I think you're going to see a lot of longs in this area, but it's going to come back down. It's going to pull back like it always does. It may even go to 37, but you're going to start seeing more long trades come back up and move this back up into the 50s, in my opinion. And then it's going to probably channel and settle off. And while it's channeling up in this area, guys, you're going to see some really great, altcoins explode. Okay, you're going to see the ones now. We all see the market of Bitcoin as a whole. Now, I'm going to give you an example of a coin that you guys already know that I love, and that's Veracity, okay, VRA. A lot of you that are in my chat room will know that I love that token. What does that mean for Veracity? Look at this chart, guys. What an opportunity. Why? Because this market cap is so small. Let's look up the market cap real quick of where VRA is. Let's just look at that real quick. I'm just going to do a search. And I'm going to talk about why that's so significant. Okay, the market cap right now is under 50 million. It's at 47 million. Guys, that is so small. It's absurd. Okay, why is that so significant? Because when you look at these charts, you could see this token right now. It's at 1.1 cent is the price. What was its peak price? Its peak price was 5.6 cents. Guys, that's a 5x if it can get back up to its all-time high, which I really believe is very possible. Why? Because the market cap is so much smaller. So why do we trade these altcoins? Why are they so significant? Why do we not just put all our money into Bitcoin? I'll be honest with you guys, and you're going to laugh at me. I don't own a single Bitcoin. I do not own a single Bitcoin. I don't own a fraction of a Bitcoin right now. As a matter of fact, the only reason I would buy a Bitcoin right now is so that I could use it to leverage myself. Well, I don't like to use the word leverage because you don't leverage most of these altcoins. This is not a coin that you can leverage, but you don't need to because the market cap is so small. The market cap will grow exponentially. I predict that you'll get a 10x potentially in VRA, anywhere from a 5 to a 10x from here. I think this is an incredible entry for you. okay, in just the VRA. Now, this is just one token. This is one of my favorites because whenever I watched this bull run, I saw it go up and not pull back better than just about any token performed before the bull run ended, right around here when it dropped. Then, of course, it tried to survive and it kept dropping. It developed another downtrend. That's fine because Bitcoin did, right? But when I was watching VRA during the bull run, it was one of my favorite tokens. And I was so upset because there would be times when I simply could not get an entry on a pullback that I wanted. Okay. I would see it go up and I would think, okay, come on, give me that 40, 50%, 60% pullback that I see in most tokens. And it just wouldn't do it. And it kept going up. And then it'd pull back and then it'd go up. And I couldn't get the entries that I wanted. I was so frustrated. Folks, we're getting a second chance. In my opinion, this is not financial advice. This is what I think. Okay. You guys look at the information, do your own research, and decide what you think. But I took a huge position in VRA here. Actually, honestly, I'll be honest with you. I took it right around here in this area. Okay, around the 0.07, 0.09, just before it got to a penny. I'm already doing good, but guys, I don't think it's even started. I think that once it breaks up past this area, I think it's going to go boom, 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 boom. I think it's going to explode and it's going to go way above its all-time high. I believe its all-time high in terms of market cap, I believe, I can't remember this, but was somewhere around a market cap of, I think, 200 to 250,000, something like that, right? So there's that room. But I think this is a Veracity, the project itself, which I'm not going to go into right now in this video. I think it's got the potential to be a multi-billion-dollar cap. So if it's a multi-billion-dollar cap in the making, and it's sitting at 48 million, you've got a huge potential opportunity there, in my opinion. Okay, you guys decide what you think. But you look at some of these other micro caps like Test Token, guys. I still believe the Test Token is one of the best opportunities in all of crypto, let alone the Binance Smart Chain today. Its tools are unprecedented. If you get into Fool's tools, it is unprecedented what this tool will do for you and tracking your portfolio. I think Peachfolio is doing it in the mobile side of things. There's a lot of great little tokens that I love on the Binance Smart Chain, but also the KCC, the KCS KuCoin Smart Chain, Coffee Swap. Look at Coffee Swap, folks. Look at where it's at right now. What an opportunity, in my opinion, as this bull market continues to return. I mean, it was barely getting started as is. It looks like it says here about a 12 million market cap. It exploded whenever the KCS or the KCC chain came out. The KuCoin Smart Chain came out as its own blockchain in DeFi. You saw that explode, and of course it's back down. Well, you hear it over and over, guys, buy the dip. Well, I think this is a pretty good time. Just my opinion. But that's what I think of the market, guys. I think that's what's going to happen in Bitcoin. I think it's a pretty good guess at what's going to happen. Nobody knows what's going to happen, but those are my thoughts, and that's why I'm telling you guys, make a play now. Don't wait. Okay, don't wait till Bitcoin gets up into this area, 50 to 60,000 plus, and Test Token fully recovers back to like an 11 to 12 million market cap and beyond. Get it while it's 488,000. That's when you want to get it. Try to see things before they happen, guys. It's called risk. Accept the risk and take a trade. Okay, don't be afraid. Take a trade and make up your own mind what you think is going to happen. And that's how people make big money in this market. They don't make money waiting for big things to happen and then jumping into the FOMO. Don't wait for these big old long green candles to happen and then say, "Oh, I'm going to get me some Test Token now. I think this thing's great." No, see things before they happen. Do your research. Make a decision, guys, because that's how you make money in crypto. Okay, and that's what I'm going to always tell you as part of the Gem Finder channel, and I'm going to try to bring you guys the best gems that I possibly can. Please join my Telegram, give me a comment, click the bell, and subscribe to my channel, guys, because I think huge things are going to happen, and I'm going to bring you what I think is the best quality opportunities for new gems that I can. I've got a whole Telegram. I've got an entire research team that is bringing me new opportunities that me and my team will constantly evaluate, and we are going to bring some really, really awesome opportunities. Peachfolio and Test Token and Coffee Swap are 3 of those that right now I think are going to be huge opportunities that I recommend being big, getting big positions in if you think so, if you agree with me. Again, not financial advice, but I want you guys to know what I'm thinking. Thanks for coming. Click the bell. Click subscribe. You want to click that bell because you want to get my notifications as soon as I get out a new video. You want to see my notifications so that you can take a position. I hope that you were able to listen and watch this video from beginning to end, guys, because I think you're getting a lot of good information on why I think Bitcoin is back. Again, the only thing that could make me wrong about that is if we have a huge news that comes out against it that for some reason just tanks it, right? That could happen. But I don't foresee that, neither should you, and this is how you make your decisions, right? But you have plenty of time right now. These altcoins, they're still at the bottom, okay? If you look at them, if I look at Peachfolio real quick, I'm just going to take a look at this particular chart. Of course, again, it's the daily. Real quick on Peachfolio, that's a bull flag, guys. We went up, we came back down, but look at this stair-step pattern as we go up into these day charts. It looks like a bull chart, a bull flag, where it looks like it wants to. It's kind of starting to consolidate, but it looks like it's obviously in the uptrend. It doesn't look like a coin where people are looking to sell. It's a coin where people are looking to buy, and then all we need to do is see a big explosion, make a new all-time high, and we're going to see another market cap. I think easily could get to 30 to 50 million within the next 30 to 60 days. Okay, that's 10 to 20x on your money, guys, potentially, right? This is how I look at the market. I hope this has been really helpful to you guys. Again, subscribe, click the bell, show me your comments below. Let me know what you're thinking. Let me know, because there's going to be some people that are members of my my particular channel that may see something I don't see. Let me know what you think. I love to see that stuff. It educates me. I'm always learning, guys. You should always be learning about this market. Thanks a lot for coming, and we'll see you on the next video.